All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Slob on the Pod. Before we get into this episode, I want to thank our sponsors for this episode. And today's episode is sponsored by Liquid IV. Liquid IV is one stick of liquid of 6. God damn it, dude. I'm too. Okay, hold on. One stick of Liquid IV and 16 ounces of water hydrates faster and more efficiently than water alone. Contains 5 essential vitamins of B3, B5, B6, B12, and vitamin C with 3 times the electrolytes of traditional sport drinks. Made with premium ingredients, non-GMO, and free from gluten, dairy, and soy. Have you guys ever used Liquid IV before?
I do it all the time, yeah.
Yeah? You? Emil?
Yep.
Yeah.
For hangovers.
What do you? Yeah, that's like the number one thing, huh?
Yeah.
What about you, Cody? What do you use for? Do you go on runs and shit, and you take one like after or before?
All right, so when I keep them in my kit, you know, and you're like, yeah, everybody has a kit in their car, right?
Yeah.
That has extra stuff in it, you know, and
is it like in case you guys get into like a crash or something, or like
What?
get stuck in mud,
you know,
trapped in the snow,
duct tape and zip ties, and you know whatever, extra pair of pants and
shovel.
E-tool.
Sounds like you're about to
There's
bury
an
your body.
E-tool.
Anyways,
Yeah. But Liquid IV's in there. You know what I mean?
yeah, definitely.
Extra toiletries, you know. Whatever.
Oh, okay.
Whatever.
Well, if you guys want to enjoy Liquid IV to help with your hangover or help with burying a body, just go to liquidiv.com and you get 20% off when you use the promo code SLOB. That's SLOB, SLOB, for 20% off plus free shipping. All right, thank you, Liquid IV, for sponsoring this episode. Let's start the episode.
Yeah, it's Pablo's.
Dead man shoes.
We're talking about it like they're possessed. And they start like taking Yeah, where am I going?
You ever see the Curb Your Enthusiasm episode when he takes the shoes from the Holocaust museum?
Oh, I think so.
Yeah, I don't know. I just saw a clip.
They were good shoes.
I saw a clip on TikTok, and for some reason he didn't have his shoes, and he was like looking through the glass. There was a big pile of all the shoes they took from like the Holocaust and stuff.
Yeah.
And he's looking at them, and he's like, "There's like a nice pair, like an old pair," and he puts them on, and they show next scene where he's at the party, and he's like doing this, looking at them like, "These are pretty nice," but like no one knows they're from like the Holocaust museum. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Slob on the Pod, your sister's favorite podcast. I'm here with Dustin Ybarra.
Yeah, the ultimate slob on the pod.
I know, like you got the hair and everything.
I know.
I like it.
Sometimes I look at myself and I'm like, how can I make myself look less homeless right now, man?
And then we got Nick Romero.
What's
How
up?
you doing? Thank you guys actually for coming out here. We really appreciate it.
Thanks, man. Hey, dude, fucking Waldorf Astoria, man. The Waldorf. This is
I know,
awesome.
yeah. We pull up and I start seeing Beverly Hills. I'm like, where the fuck are we staying at? I was thinking like, because he got it. He didn't tell us where we were going, so I thought we were going to like a Motel 6 or something. I was expecting that.
Yeah, when he told me to, I was like, "Are you sure it's a Waldorf? It's like this must be some kind. They must have spelled it wrong, like the off-brand Waldorf."
You got out of the car and you just saw the most subpar looking people, but all done up, looking fancy,
Yeah.
and you're like, "Oh, wow."
Yeah. We came in. They were like Uber Eats.
Yeah, the guy at the desk, front desk, he like didn't believe me. He was like, "Oh, we got to call up to the room. What's the name?" And I'm calling. I gave him your name. I gave him Cody's name, and he's like, "That's not on the room." So
yeah, we know you're lying now.
yeah. It was like so obvious. Like, come on.
Oh, and then we got Cody Beeson. Sorry, Cody.
Hi, how you doing?
What's up, dude?
Hey, man.
Oh, man.
Thank you for doing this.
No, thank you guys. This is cool. So how long you guys been doing comedy?
Oh my! Yeah.
I know. Is that?
No, I've been doing it like
Corny
probably
to start with?
20 years. I started when I was like 17, man.
Oh, shit,
So it's
really?
been a long time. Yeah.
And for you?
5 now.
Oh,
so
shit,
5
okay.
years. Yeah, I'm so grateful to have Dustin, man. He's fucking taking me under his wing and just kind of helping polish, man. You know, helping me out here, and it's been really cool, man. Also, shout out to Pablo Francisco, dude. He's been
Oh, fuck yeah.
taking us out on the road. Dustin's been working with him for a long time, but Pablo's been really, really instrumental in just helping
Yeah, Pablo's awesome, dude.
helping
Yeah.
develop everything, dude. It's great, man.
What's it like performing with him?
Oh, it's great, dude, man.
Because I mean, he's been around for so long. Like,
yeah, dude.
he's like
He's a
iconic.
legend.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's great performing with him, man. You know, like sold out crowds.
It's gotta be so surreal, though.
I sell a lot of T-shirts. You know, that's good.
Dude, we
Yeah.
did a baseball stadium like
What?
Yeah.
2 months ago with him.
It wasn't like Dodgers or anything. It was one of those like minor league, like.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was like a
But
minor
it was
league-
still awesome.
yeah,
Yeah,
it was
still awesome.
the Lake Elsinore meth heads or whatever you guys
Yeah.
seen them?
No. Or what do they have? Like the what's that banana team? Savannah Banana. You guys seen
It's
those?
crazy. The pitcher's the catcher too. He just throws and he fucking runs it quick and catches it.
Yeah, it's weird. But no, that's pretty cool though. I mean, it's a baseball field. Even if you
Oh,
were like
dude,
a high
yeah.
school
Dude, it
baseball
was
field.
cool. They had us on the
Yeah.
jumbotron and all that. It was like really fucking cool, man.
Yeah. I always look at myself. It's weird whenever I can see myself on stage because then I just got to look at myself.
You have to,
know.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, sit up straight, dude. You know.
It kind of helps though. Yeah.
Yeah, the posture. I'm like, okay, come on, yeah. But then I'm like out of the zone. I'm just looking at me, all like, just like self-absorbed and shit, man.
What's it like performing outdoors opposed to indoors?
Dude, I usually hate outdoors, but this one was really cool.
Yeah.
You know, outdoors is weird sometimes, you know, because it's like, I don't know. Usually, like this place like had it together, but sometimes it's like their first comedy show, you know, and they're like, "Oh, you need a microphone?" I'm like, "Oh no, yeah, dude. Oh, you need? Oh, okay, we didn't know." Like,
Yeah.
Have you guys ever been to a rock show and like you go to see like one of your favorite bands and you see them in a big outdoor venue and you're like, "Oh, this sounds like shit." You ever done that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what it's like.
Oh,
No.
okay. I'm like, oh man, I really wanted to go see one.
I mean, while we're talking about it, is there a preference? Do you have like a small room, a medium room? I mean, is there what do you like?
I like underground places.
Okay.
You know, like clubs that you got to walk downstairs. It always feels like you're doing something bad.
Like
you
a
know?
speakeasy or something?
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
oh, the cops are going to come in at any minute, you know?
That is pretty cool. Anything after like 2 a.m., huh?
Late night, well, sometimes, like, because it's weird. Sometimes they're, like, tired, you know? Like, if it's too late, you can tell. But if it's, like, a party crowd, it's like, these guys are on blow. They're going to be decent, you know? Like, yeah.
Did you? Where'd you start out doing comedy?
I started in Dallas.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
Dallas Hyenas.
Yeah.
It was underground. It was this club that's like you went downstairs and it was like that. That's probably why I dig it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Fuck, my bad. I was gonna say something. Go ahead.
No, I was just like, I'm always interested to know like more of what you prefer and what you've learned over the years. Because like I said, the more of these shows we do, like the more little things we've learned. Whether
Yeah.
working with certain people or just the way things are going. For example, like one of the biggest lessons I learned right away when George Perez did our show. He's like, man, fill them in from the front to the back. You know what I mean? Like pack the room, get them as close to the stage as possible. And I've been to other shows where they don't do that, and it's not the same energy. So like I've just, like I said, learned little things, and so anything like we could learn from you, like that you've figured out along the way, like I'm all ears. I'd love to hear.
I like shows where I get paid. That's always fun.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't have to chase the booker down. He's like, hey, I gotta run over here real quick. Hang on, buddy. Let me get a ride with you.
Yeah, paid shows are always nice, right?
Yeah, paid shows are fun. That's good. Getting a little bit of that coin, man.
Is there anything that I mean, since you've been doing it for so long now, is there anything that you did back then like that you feel like was kind of pointless in doing? Like I always feel like I know it's all about just getting up on stage and getting stage time, but I've also heard, I mean, I've never been through it, but I've also heard where like if you're just constantly doing like shitty places, it's not really helping you.
Yeah, dude. Oh, totally, man. Like it's like there's everyone's like, you need stage time. You need stage time. I guess in the beginning that's like really important. Learn how to hold the microphone and shit like that. But it's like
That's
dude,
weird. That is something I think about.
sometimes it'll like hurt your self-esteem, man. It's like I didn't need to do this room. This helped with nothing. You know, it's like I don't know. There's just some rooms like that where I always like because I don't mind if they're like not packed or something. But if like 5 people are listening, then it's like you can kind of gauge like, oh, okay, this joke will work in a big room. Like that. I got a couple of chuckles, but if it's like no one, especially if it's all comics, I fucking hate when it's all comics because the comics they got to laugh at each other. Yeah, like so you can always tell it's like, oh, that guy's friends with that guy, or someone says some really fucked up shit on stage. It'll never work like anywhere else, but there's always that guy in the back. It's like, okay, we know you're fucking here, dude. You're a good guy. You're supporting, but it's not really helping, dude.
Yeah, like those mics where it's all comics in the room and stuff like that. The only things that comics laugh at is like the darkest, most fucked up shit. And that stuff will not work in fucking Montana.
Yeah, you go up,
like it just won't.
Yeah, oh, I killed at the banana bar, and now it's like, I don't get it, man. It's just now, because these people, like, they fucking have 9-to-5 jobs, not fucked up comics like us, man.
The one thing that I learned that I think is, like, really valuable from this guy and, like, Pablo is, like, leaning into the silly, like, being silly, and also, like, doing your best to work clean. Because if you can work clean, you don't have to make adjustments, and you can work anywhere in the country. So, like, limiting, like, saying fucked up stuff. Like, I know everybody wants to be fucking George Carlin and Dave Chappelle and say all this stuff, but, like, you know, those guys started silly, you know, and eventually developed into these, like, you know, whatever they are now, like these icons of like saying stuff that's like super valuable. But like you go back in time and you watch like where Carlin started, or you watch where Dave Chappelle started, it was like a journey from like jokes into transitioning into, hey, I'm talking about stuff that I really care about. But like you watch that Killing Me Softly or whatever by Dave Chappelle, it's just silly and it's fun, you know what I mean? And
yeah,
that was our
silly.
That was our introduction to him, you know what I mean? And then eventually like he started talking about like, you know, social issues and this and that, but it started there, you know, and that's what made him, you know, easy to digest in every household was touring on silly. Consecutive.
Yeah, if you look like Richard Pryor, like his first things, and this was like back in like the olden days, I guess, but he'll be on, again, you know, one of those like black and white shows. And
Jack
like,
Barr.
Yeah, he wasn't out there like motherfucking mother, you know, like pussy, like you know, talking about crack and shit.
Yeah.
There's a transition point where he went, fuck it. And,
But it's like, dude, because I'm like, I don't know, I'm pretty dirty now. But it's like, I feel like you always got to be able to be clean, just in case, you know. And then also like hanging out with like one of my best friends was like a club owner back in Dallas, so it's like, I would listen to him, like his complaints, because some people like complain about, they'll just look for something. So it's like trying to take out the things they can complain about. Like one of the big ones was, he says fuck too much. You know, it's not like a big deal, but I guess it, you know, some people like when they hear the word fuck, they're kind of like, ugh. You know, some people are just like that, and it's like if you, I don't know, I try to make everyone happy, I guess, like less like I don't want to exclude people. Yeah, I don't want to say fuck just to say fuck, you know, like I'm fucking doing right now,
like a filler word.
Yeah, just because they'll pick you apart, you know. Hey, he says fuck, he killed me, he says fucking much. It's like, all right.
That was one of the biggest notes that him and Pablo gave me while we were working on the road was, hey, you're saying fuck too many times, cut that out. So, like, that was, like, a big thing.
Especially in the beginning. What's up, motherfuckers? Like, oh, whoa. Hang on. What's going on? I didn't know I was going to see 9 Inch Nails tonight, bro. Like,
and so whenever, like, if you go somewhere where you have to be clean, you just have, like, X, like, version, and then you have, like, a clean version. You just switch out, like, instead of fuck, you say freak, or...
Yeah, that's always a
freak.
I don't know, like, that's why whenever I
say freak.
It doesn't hit, though. Sometimes you can tell. Sometimes you need a fuck in there, man. Because it's like, oh, the worst one is replacing shit with crap. What kind of crap is like, whoa, my stepdad? Like, this is fucking, I'm not going to say crap. That's weird, man. Yeah. So then I'll like toss jokes to it. It's like if I got to do a show, like I'm doing a corporate coming up, and it's like, okay, I'll be clean on that one. And then there's some jokes you can't turn into like a clean version. Yeah, what's the clean version is like, this is fucking lame. You know, this sounds weird.
Yeah. No, I don't, well, that's the thing too, is I always, because then you hear people say like you limit yourself if like they said, like you gotta have like a clean set as well, and you can play anywhere. It's like, but then some people are like, just stay true to yourself, and just, if that's what you are, then I guess keep fucking it.
Yeah, no, totally. And also, there's like no rules, dude. It's like, so like, you know, just do your thing.
Yeah,
but it's the most vague advice. Do your thing.
I actually have a question. You're in one of my favorite movies. 21 and Over.
Yeah. That's fun.
Man, I just watched this the other day too, and I was like, I sent him a picture. I was like, look, it's your boy.
Yeah,
up
dude.
on that, was it Tower of
The
Power?
tower, yeah, the Tower Master, man.
So did you get to film with Miles Teller in the room, or I don't know how
Yeah,
filming works.
no.
I know it was like a scene with him, but I
That's
don't know if like,
funny.
they did like separate days. I don't know how they do their magic.
No, they did it, yeah.
I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I was at home and he was in Seattle.
I thought they did like one scene and like, okay, we're bring Miles in now. And
Yeah,
he's talking to
no,
an empty
you
chair.
do it, and then they get these different shots. They usually start with like a wide, and then they like take 15 minutes to like set up another one. It'll be on you, on them, and a bunch of other shots. You know,
Yeah.
you just do it over and over. That one was fun because you got to like improv a lot and fuck around.
I mean, it seemed like a fun movie, but
It was fun.
and then what was the other guy from Pitch Perfect? I don't know his name.
It's Skylar Austin.
Skylar Austin.
Yeah.
And two cute guys. The Asian
Yeah.
dude, the Asian girl.
Yeah, they were all good looking. They needed me in to like weigh out the scene, you know, like all right, we got to put someone less attractive here to just kind of.
And just like a diaper. No, man, it's like one of my favorite movies though. So it's
Dude,
really cool.
I got that part by this is crazy, dude. I was in the audition room and it described the character, and I was like right before I was like, I'm gonna go in my underwear. And I bet you this is gonna work. So they were like, okay, we're ready for you. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna use the restroom real quick. And I went in and I stripped down. I just got in my underwear and I came out, and the lady was like, okay. They just like took me in the room, and then I went in. The dudes, they were like clapping there. So I was like, okay, this was a ballsy move. Hopefully it'll get me the part, and then it did. It was like. And I wasn't that great at acting either. Like, and now I'm Daniel Day-Lewis, you know. But, I felt like I had to do little moves like that just to get like, I got to do something else, just something different that'll stick in their mind.
Like
you know?
stand out. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think? What's more? I mean, do you still get nervous when you perform on comedy?
Yeah, sometimes it's weird. It'll hit me. Just be like,
After all these years, it doesn't go away. You still kind of get it.
yeah, I'll get it sometimes. Especially if I'm trying out new stuff or like something's on the line in my mind, you know, like so the head of Disney's here tonight, which that's never fucking happened. But it's like these Hollywood rooms are weird because I'm always like, oh great, you know, I better do good, like because if I bomb, they're gonna tell their Hollywood friends, you know. And I'm like on my shit, like, oh, is this offensive? Am I saying this? You know?
Yeah.
Do you have to worry about that, like in this market? I guess what you say and how you say it versus when you go.
Only right here.
Okay.
Yeah, in Hollywood, it's
In this
very like, yeah.
5-mile square radius of Hollywood is the only place that you got to worry about.
Yeah,
anything
sometimes,
like that. Everywhere else, the surrounding area is fine.
Yeah,
No
the
problem.
improv in Hollywood, just these Hollywood rooms are kind of like, because people, especially now, they don't know, they kind of like, is it okay to laugh at this one? You know, I'll laugh as everyone else laugh. It's very like, I'm going to do what the guy next to me does, you know, because I don't want to be the only one laughing. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean,
That's at least what I feel like. I don't know.
yeah, and then especially if it's like kind of like a fucked up joke and like only one person laughs, then like the comic usually points them out. Like fucking weirdo. It's like, man, I knew I shouldn't have laughed at that one.
Yeah, and it's like in Hollywood, I'm always like, man, everyone's richer than me here. I always feel like, you know, it's like, you can tell, like...
I know, even like the kids like look all like rich and stuff with like did you see
Because
that?
they are.
Like a little family and stuff. Yeah, I was like,
They all have like, they're all like making NFTs and shit.
yeah.
That's how I felt pulling up here. Like, you know, there's kids, teenagers, and like G-Wagons.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah.
Oh god, it's
All right.
gross.
It made me feel good that that there's not a bidet in the... I was like, all right, it's not that good.
I'm surprised there's not that shit. Yeah, I actually want to try.
Have you seen the bidets where they just like you can buy them off Amazon and hook them to your own toilet? That's so lame.
I was a
It's
little
so
upset.
That's like
It
when you
works.
see a Honda Civic with like a fucking expensive spoiler. Like, all right, this didn't come with it. You just put this on, man.
I feel like it's not even like a legit one if it's that easy to put on. Like I feel like the really good ones, it's a little bit more.
It's
like,
built in.
Yeah, it's built in. It's not like
built in,
just
bro.
something you attach to it.
Yeah, like what is this? This upgrade? I upgraded the toilet. You know.
I have to defend it. It's such a great. It's a great upgrade.
Oh, do you have the bidet?
Hell yeah.
Oh
Hell yeah.
man,
It's
I
worth
heard
it.
they were good.
It's worth it, man.
Yeah. What I
Yeah.
do, I just use a super soaker and some duct tape.
That
and
works.
then just
I just take a shower after every poop.
Shower after
every
poop.
poop. That's
Oh
smart,
man,
dude.
I'd be in the shower a lot.
Because I'm in there so long, I start taking first I'll take my shirt off, then I'll kick my shoes off, then I start taking my pants, and then I'm just naked, so I'm like, might as well just shower.
Oh, bro, I can't take a shit naked, man. There's something weird about it's hard, dude. I can't take a shit naked. If I'm naked, I gotta put on clothes, and then it's like the process of pulling down the pants. You know,
I hate when I mess up and poop after showering. Like right after.
Oh,
No,
man.
mid.
That's the worst.
You ever have to,
or
like,
mid,
poop?
yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta poop, and then you're sitting on the toilet and your ass is all wet.
It's all
You're like,
wet.
it's
And you're,
sliding
like,
off.
cold.
It's like a
Like your
slip
body-
and slide.
Yes. That's why I shit in the shower. No.
and just stomp it down the drain.
Gross.
I took the grate off, so it just goes like right in there. We were actually
Oh,
we were talking about that on the
sick.
way over here. Like, why? Like, you guys ever just randomly pee in the sink, but you don't have to?
Sink?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I pee in the shower all the time though.
Pee in the sink. I don't. You know,
Like,
'cause-
even if the toilet's open, you're like, I'm not just gonna pee in the sink. Like, I don't know why.
It depends how high the sink is, you know. Because
I'll
I
let
don't.
my-
If I got to tiptoe to piss in the sink, then I'm like, I feel like a little kid. What am I doing? You know.
Yeah, you're working out your fucking calves.
Yeah, and then it's like, then it goes up, hits the mirror.
That's when
and
you
everything.
get your squatty potty, and then you stand on that.
Oh, I don't got a squatty potty.
I actually have them.
You know what though? I got some yoga blocks, and I keep them right there, so I just put those there. I'm like, I don't need to buy a squatty potty.
Oh man. What was I gonna say? Oh, we gotta announce the Yuma show. That's the whole-
Oh,
Yeah.
that's the whole reason we're
Yuma,
here.
Arizona. Yeah.
I mean, you guys are really helping us create and build and just grow this local comedy scene in Yuma. We're doing another professional show with the Kress, and the Kress is just a great little. It's the venue in town, so we have a room there. It's a great place for comedy. And like I said, I think it's important to bring professionals from LA that, I mean, you guys, you tour the country, you do this everywhere. So,
Yeah, professionally.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
don't shit in the showers.
well, I'm saying like, to bring this here and to do a show and,
This guy's a star, man. I'm just glad to be there. This is fun.
Well, and I
Oh,
mean,
man.
and Nick, I mean, you've done time in Arizona. That sounds weird, but you know what I mean. Like as
Not
far as
there.
as far as like the
I'm
Phoenix
wanted.
market, So
yeah, Arizona's cool, man. I love it out there. Anytime I get to go through, because I have family out there, it's really cool. Yuma's a little far out, but the Phoenix area, I got a lot of family out there, so it's really fun to tour through there.
Are you guys by Tombstone?
about 4 hours away.
Okay. Man. I went there. My mom, whenever we would travel, that was always a spot. We got to stop at Tombstone.
Absolutely.
Got to stop at
Is
Tombstone.
it cool? I've never been.
I never.
I don't know. I think last time I went, it was all like, it was all corporate.
I mean,
It
it's
was-
a tourist trap.
They
but-
would say that it used to be cool. Like, oh, they used to let you go in the graveyard and stuff. I remember on the tombstones were all like Bill shot 3 times in the back. Like it told them like how they
It's
died.
like real though.
Yeah.
No,
Who
Dude,
will?
yeah.
Do they have like the like dudes from the movie like in the graveyard?
No,
Like
but
Wyatt Earp and
they
shit
do the
like that?
reenactment. It's like you ever see the Waterworld thing at Universal Studios?
Oh,
Yeah.
that thing's
Yeah,
dope.
They do that?
bro. It plays like every 3 hours or something. Wyatt Earp's will come out with his brothers and like, hey, we're gonna
His brothers.
skin that hide. Remember that in Tombstone?
Nah, I never seen it.
You never seen Tombstone?
Nah,
Oh, bro,
I'm sorry.
dude, you
I know
gotta.
you guys are talking about, but I've never seen it.
You gotta.
I'm gonna be
fucking
honest.
see-
with you.
You
I'm gonna be
gotta
like,
see
yeah, I know what you're talking
Tombstone, bro. Yeah, man. That's
He's like, I just got a DVD player. Yeah,
That's the most quotable movie. Tombstone is like, oh, dude.
that's
I'm
a
your
good
Huckleberry.
movie.
I'm
you
your
know?
Huckleberry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm your
skin that
Huckleberry.
hide.
That's what
That's
the
all
guy
I
from
know.
Top Gun, right? What's his
Yeah.
name?
Val Kilmer.
Val
man.
Kilmer.
Kilmer.
Oh, dude, Val Kilmer is Doc Holliday. It's the fucking best, bro.
Okay. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, when you go to Tombstone, you see the show. It's so cringy because like they do a very cringe version of like what you see in the
Of the
movie.
movie?
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's kind of
You know.
like, the Disneyland actors,
Yeah.
the Six Flags actors, but it's cool, know.
It
It's
is.
like, this guy's doing his thing,
You go with it, right?
Yeah. Oh, I would like to show up like in character too, like kind of like break the show. Like,
I wonder-
and now I'm Cowboy Dusty. Like, whoa, where'd this guy come from?
Even the actors are like,
Yeah.
is this part of the thing?
Yeah.
Think
They just
about
start-
the guy that has to be Wyatt Earp all year long, and that's his job. Every 3 hours he has to play that, so he has to keep the mustache
The
growing.
mustache.
God, I would love
He
that,
walks
man.
around town. He's at the grocery store.
Yeah, that's why
That's
it
gotta
hurt.
be
Yeah,
so
people
weird.
are coming up getting that's always fun. Like, you ever get an autograph like when you're a kid from one of the actors? Something like you're at Disneyland and you see Mickey Mouse. Can you sign this?
Oh yeah, I had an autograph book. That's right.
Yeah, yeah, they probably get cocky off
It's
it.
some 5-foot chick signing it.
Yeah, Gaston from fucking Beauty and the Beast, the dude that plays Gaston. Like, oh, sign this.
Yeah,
Always got to say something like, how big are your biceps? Oh, that's nothing.
Do you guys live close by, or how far were you?
Live in Redondo.
Redondo
Which is
Beach,
like-
man.
yeah, it's like-
South
it's pretty
Bay.
close.
Shout out South Bay.
South Bay.
South
Metal
Bay.
detecting.
I wanted to ask about that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah, I've been
You
doing
metal
metal
detect on the
detecting.
beach?
I love it, bro. I found a ring the other day. That was nice. It was cubic zirconium, but I took it in, and I was like, man, that's probably nothing. You know, it's probably some costume bullshit. But I took it to a real place, and they're like, this is worth $300, and I'm like, oh, nice, dude.
Was it all like beat up, or is it pretty good shape?
It was beat up.
Oh, yeah.
It was very beat up.
What's
Yeah.
the most interesting thing you found?
Most interesting? I found this cross one time. This like old little cross bronze thing with a bunch of symbols in it. It probably wasn't ancient. It was just like one of those things that you'd buy off Venice, out in Venice, you know. Some like stoner probably made it. He like doesn't have a job.
With like 2 spoons or something?
yeah, yeah, right.
Yeah. How often do you come across? Yeah.
Not
Spoons
yesterday,
and noodles?
dude. Yesterday fucking sucked. I was in Malibu because then it's like you get tired and you're like you start. It's kind of like losing at the casino, you know? Like, man, this slot machine blows, bro. You go home all disappointed and stuff. I found a button. I'm like, fuck this, man. Button. I want to find a hand.
What's
Yeah.
the scene like in Yuma, man? You guys got any heavy hitters out there that are kind of just making waves in your guys' town?
As far as comedy?
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
What about baseball players?
We had the Padres in the 90s doing spring training, but that's about it.
oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. not
Oh,
anymore.
dang, that's a claim to fame in
Yeah.
Yuma. Well, you know the Padres.
Yeah,
used
we got to
train
yell
here
at, Jose
once,
Canseco.
one summer.
Yeah.
You guys got that dry
Jose
heat.
Canseco.
Yeah. Well, actually, he came back like after the fact. Like, remember he did like amateur stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways.
Benjamin Lina used to live in Yuma.
Oh, yeah.
Amateur stuff, like he like went back in the league, kind of.
Yeah, he did like.
It's not fair.
Yeah, AA ball or something like that.
See, that's always mess. I was talking to him about it the other day about how like commercial actors, like celebrities in commercials, fucking suck because it's like that's where you start out. You know, that's like Floyd Mayweather going to like some like kids boxing class. Like, yeah, I think I'm gonna do this for a little bit. Like, oh,
Yeah,
hang
you're
on, you're
backtrack.
taking jobs, bro. You know.
You think
just,
Flo
like-
from Progressive wanted to be Flo from Progressive? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she's
she like
not-
wanted to win an Oscar, and now she's just
Yeah, you're not
like
gonna
her
see-
drinking problem's just progressing right now. You know?
You're not gonna see Jake from State Farm
I
in
was
the
just
next
thinking
like
that, yeah.
Quentin Tarantino. That's like it's
character.
not fair. Like they can move up, they can come down to this level, but the commercial dudes can't go up, man. It's bullshit, dude.
Have you done any commercials?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, the first thing I got was this Comcast commercial. I never saw it, dude. I moved to New York with I moved there with like no money, man. I stayed with Jimmy Walker's ex-girlfriend. And I was like up there, and then I got like the first thing these agents sent me out on, I booked, and then it was like I had some heat, you know? And they started sending me in for real shit, man. But yeah, sometimes I'll like look at commercials and I'll be like, man, I would kill that part. Especially when I see like a slobby looking dude like me, I'm like, oh, I would have done it like this. You know? It's all,
I think
like,
that every
cocky and
time I
stuff.
see like a role in a movie that like looks like Dustin now, I'm like, why wasn't that Dustin?
Oh, I do the same thing. I could have played dumb friend. I'm always a dumb fucking friend, you know? Like I would have killed that. But stoner, oh yeah. It's weird. You start hating people that kind of look like you,
Yeah.
and stuff. It's like that's why you notice in comedy, like the two funny fat guys, there can't be two funny fat guys. They hate each other. Like one funny fat guy will hate the other funny fat guy.
Yeah. It's like trying to be like the only black guy like at a party. It's like, hey, I'm the only black guy at this party. It's like I'm the only funny fat guy here.
Yeah, it's like,
There'll only be one.
Yeah, exactly. It's like Highlander and shit, man.
What do they consider you like the funny fat guy?
I don't know.
'Cause I think you look good. I don't think. You look
Thanks, bro. I don't know. But I go in for like the same, like a lot of those type of stoner
Stoner.
buddy roles. I'm not going in for like other shit. Hollywood's so funny now because it's like they're so politically correct and stuff. They don't want to say, "Oh, hiring a fat guy." Like back in the day, they'd be like, "We need a fat fuck for this," you know. Now it's like, "We needed someone." But it's gotten too far. It'll be like open call to play a Nazi from World War II. Open ethnicity. Like, whoa, hang on. We're open to everyone? Some Puerto Rican guy can play a Nazi? That's not. Because you can't say we're only looking for white German. It's like, no. Let's be fair. He's a good. Let's get another guy in for this. Hispanic Hitler.
Hispanic Hitler.
Hispanic Hitler, man. Hispanic Hitler would have been crazy, dude. Yeah.
What?
Adolfo.
Adolfo. I could see the path we're heading. It could be a lot of trouble. So
Yeah.
like that joke. Like, hang on.
I'm like thinking what role I would play in a movie. They'd be like, we're looking for a Hispanic at the disco. Like that's what we need, right?
Have you gone out for any like roles or anything, or is it just...
When I was a kid, man, I used to do acting and stuff like that. I did a lot of like radio commercials as a kid because my mom was she worked PR for a sports talk radio station, so they would have like little segments and anything that had like kids, like they would I did Oscar Mayer Wiener commercials, but for radio when I was a kid, and like local pizza places and stuff like that would run ads like. We did this one, it was Nana's Pizza or whatever in Palm Springs, and we had to like sing this song, like the na 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 na. So it was like me and a bunch of kids, just radio. So that was cool, like radio commercials. I did a lot of like background acting and stuff in my 20s, and had I was on like MTV too, like did Parental Control. My whole family was on Parental Control.
I used to love that
one
show.
episode, really?
Was
yeah.
it, like, it was acted out,
Oh, it was
right?
fake. The whole thing was
okay.
fake. They like
Yeah.
tell you what to say and everything like that. For like, they'll do like cuts of like, okay, now say it your way. Now say this. Like they'll tell you what to say and what to do. It was just, it was totally like scripted out and fake.
The parents are always terrible actors. They're like, oh my God, I don't want to hear this.
Yeah, no.
And then like the terrible boyfriend's like, yeah, that's what I do to your daughter. And they're like, I hate you. It's
Yeah,
like,
my dad's so like, you know, like studious and
oh yeah, dude, my dad would like,
macho.
fuck that
He
dude.
he was so uncomfortable. They had him in like a turtleneck. He was like, I would never wear this.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was weird, man.
That's pretty cool though.
But there was that. I was in a Lifetime movie with Chad Michael Murray.
A Lifetime movie?
Yeah, I had like a small role.
Chad Michael Murray, who is that? Sounds familiar.
He was like,
A wrestler?
he was in Cinderella Diaries or whatever with Hilary Duff.
Dude, I thought you were,
That guy.
the quarterback.
Yeah, the blonde guy.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna
The hot
say
guy.
That's
the
cool.
Cinderella Diaries for a second. I'm like,
Cinderella
Are we talking
Diaries?
about the Princess Diaries?
I don't remember what it was. Cinderella Story, I think, is what it was called, or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know.
With Hilary Duff? Yeah.
The
Yeah,
Princess Diaries would have been funny. It would have been one of those Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah.
The
Like a
Princess
spoof?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Like
I
not
love
another
Leslie
teen
Nielsen.
movie, but it's like Princess Diarrheas.
Princess Diaries.
Andre the Giant just takes massive elephant shits.
Yes. Who's calling me during a podcast? Come on.
should
Don't
answer
you
it.
understand?
Me right now, too.
Mom. Mom.
You can answer if you.
No, I don't
It's
like-
mom, dude.
I'm talking about diarrhea and boners. I can't be.
Yeah.
Someone called me. That'd be crazy if it was my mom too.
She's gonna be like, "Have you heard the good word yet today?"
Oh no, it's credit company again. Never mind. It's fucking Sunday, dude. Leave me alone.
You know who called me last night at 1:30 in the morning?
Who?
And I was like dead asleep. Pablo.
My mom?
No.
Oh, no.
Fucking Pablo called me in the middle of the night, and I wake up, and he's like, "Hey, Nick." Like, Pablo, I'm going back to bed, dude. Bye.
Dude, that's so. He sent me a text at like what I saw it this
1:30 in the morning. He
It was
called me 2 times back to back.
He was videoing Netflix, like just some show on there, and he was like, "Look at this, Dustin. This crap, man. Look, I'm gonna take off my jacket." It was these
Is
two.
that what he wanted to talk
yeah,
about?
it was this big
God.
acting scene, and it was so. He was just like making fun of him. He was like James Marsden or something.
I get
He was
the
like,
funniest,
"Look, I'm just
weirdest
gonna talk. I'm
videos
just gonna
from
talk."
Pablo randomly, like in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Pablo called me over to his house the other day, man. He was like, "Hey, man, I got a present for you." He was like, "I bought you some new shoes." I show up, dude, and he's got these like little finger shoes, and he goes, he goes, "Hold on, I gotta go get them." And he pulls them out of his pocket, and they're like little, like finger shoes. And he goes, "Look, man." He starts running like
the
that
videos
with
he sends are so great.
It's like, "I got these for you."
They'll be like, "Hey, I'm a piece of spaghetti. I'm some pasta."
Yeah.
That's got to be crazy. Like a 1 o'clock phone call from Pablo.
Dude, it's the coolest.
I mean, you guys have been hanging out with him long enough to where it's like you guys are just like all buddies now.
We all live in the same area too.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
That was
Pablo
one of-
lives like right up the street.
Yeah,
so
I
it's
lived with
awesome.
Pablo for a little bit. It was so fun, dude.
Oh, let's go. How is he?
He's great, dude. Pablo's the fucking best. He's the most generous. He is the
so
most
cool.
generous dude, nicest guy, bro.
Most
Just
like
the-
generous, kind human being I've ever met,
Yeah.
and like doesn't have to do any work on himself. You know what I mean? Like he's just naturally
yeah.
a good. He's
He
like a
is.
big kid.
He
You
is
know
a
what I
big
mean?
kid,
Just
dude.
like
Yeah.
a human cartoon, dude.
Yeah.
Funniest, most abstract thinking comic I've ever met in my entire life. Like just. He's like literally a Bugs Bunny cartoon come to life, dude.
Yeah.
Like the things that come out of his mind and out of his mouth, you would never like. I've never heard
yeah.
anybody like think of that stuff.
He's like watching TV.
Yeah.
You know, like it just keeps going. You know,
It's like it's like a show. He's
Oh,
on.
the green room, dude. He's like on the whole time, and then they'll be like, "Pablo, you're up," and then he'll just go and
Yeah.
be on the whole time, come back and be on. Like it's there's no off switch.
I love
This
his
guy's
characters, man.
genius,
Yeah.
genius.
Man, that's so fucking cool.
Yeah, man.
Do you have anything?
I mean, I guess kind of going back to like, so I'm assuming you have like an agent for like commercials or acting and movies and all
don't
that.
do
And
that
then
shit anymore.
on
That's
comedy, I mean, you book your own stuff, or do you have like a comedy book or two, or
I do a little bit of both.
Okay.
You know. Yeah.
I just didn't know like, I mean, I guess how that really. I mean, I'm still learning like the process,
Yeah.
and I mean, what's the best, for success to contact people like through their agents or?
Dude, I don't
are
know.
we-
It's like changed because like
Yeah.
I came in like I got my agent like right when YouTube was starting and stuff. I'm pretty sure now I wouldn't be able to because it's like you got to bring stuff to the table or you got to be like some badass actor who like is doing theater in Juilliard or something. But then I remember when I was up there, my manager would tell me, he's like, Dustin, you're beating out people from Juilliard for roles, and I'm like, fuck yeah, you know, you get all, you get all cocky and stuff.
You're like, well, this role isn't British. That's their fault.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, that kind of made my ego go up a little too much. But yeah, you gotta get the agents are great because they give you the opportunities and stuff, and I'm really fortunate to have one.
You got a solid team. behind
I do
you,
have a
man.
solid because I've known them since I was like I started really young too. Like I went to New York. I started stand up when I was like 17, 16, and like then I went to New York probably when I was like 21, 22, and I was like the young guy, and I had a really good 10 minutes. That's kind of all that you needed for showcasing. That's what's weird whenever comics are like, I need some new material. It's like, you need a killer 10 right now. That's what, just work on that killer 10, that showcase set, as they say. And then you can work on the other stuff later, but just to get on their radar.
Tell them
Yeah.
the one that broke you. That's a cool story.
What?
The
Oh.
showcase that you were on that like really changed
Dude,
everything.
it was a string of events. Like I was
I'll be right back. I gotta pee.
I did a guest spot for Bill Bellamy at the Improv in
Oh, shit,
Addison.
Bill Bellamy?
And
Damn,
he
dude,
was
you're
like,
on all the- all
oh,
the
bro, he's
classics.
awesome. He was like, you gotta, he's like, there's this thing called Stand Up for Diversity up in New York, and I'm Mexican, so it's like, all right, nice. I got to get in there.
You're Mexican.
Yeah, half Mexican.
Half
yeah.
white, half Mexican?
Yeah.
You're a wiener.
Trust me, it's helped me out a lot. Yeah. You don't want to, listen, my best acting advice, don't be regular white these days. It's like, that's kind of, you got to work on that,
We got to add some to you,
Yeah.
Cody.
Well, you could play like a slave owner or something. You could play a bad white guy role. Like, that's what you can get now. Yeah.
Whatever.
Or like, dickhead boss. It's the white guys are always in like the fucking white Tommy. He's gonna come down on us. Oh. So yeah. But anyway, I did this setup there at Caroline's, and then I got an agent. Like MTV was talking to me afterwards. I had a bunch of cool shit happen in that moment. Yeah.
Was it all like
Everything
boom,
was
boom, boom?
kinda- Yeah, it was really quick, man. And I ended up just staying in New York thanks to just people helping me out. I got a lot of help, dude. There was no way I could have done it on my own. That's why it's always like some people were like, yeah, I did this. I paved my way. I did it all. And it's like, man, I got so much help, dude. So much help. I worked and I had a nice set, but it was like I got a lot of help along the way, like just the kindness of people.
Mm-hmm.
This lady let me stay with her, some stranger, it was awesome.
Damn.
How'd you get the stranger? Like,
Oh,
who hooked
because
you
it
up
was
with
Jimmy
that?
Walker. Jimmy Walker, yeah. I used to open for JJ back in the day. And that's another reason, like, to be clean. You have more opportunities, especially when you're starting. You know, he just couldn't find a clean opener, and I was clean, so I got to work with him. And then, you know, string of events led to me getting an agent and that cool shit.
It's so weird, man. Like,
It's got to be weird to say you have an agent.
well, like we'll just be chilling at his place, like just dicking around or whatever, and Jimmy Walker will call him. You know what I mean? Like,
I love him. He's like my
that's
grandfather.
so cool. Like, and I tell my dad stuff like that. Like, very few things impress my father, and like that's one thing that like really impresses
that
my
helps.
dad, because that's his era. You know what I mean? Like Dynamite.
Yeah.
fucking- what was it? Good Times was the name of the
Times,
show.
man,
Like,
yeah.
dude, like there were like 4 channels back in the 70s. You know what I mean? So everybody was watching that show. So when I tell my dad stuff like that, he's like, "Oh wow!" Like. My dad was super psyched that we sold out of T-shirts on this.
Yeah.
He was like, "You sold out of all your T-shirts." Like,
Yeah.
so the things that impress my dad baffle me.
I
you
get
know?
some more T-shirts, man.
I'm like, "Hey, Dad, I'm working with Pablo Francisco." He's like, "Oh, okay, cool."
Oh, he don't care.
Oh,
Yeah.
but you sold out of T-shirts.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's, I just want to make sure you're making money, all right? He's like,
Yeah.
you can do whatever you want as long as
He's a
you're
good
making
man.
money.
He's a good man.
Dude, that was like the first show that my mom and my grandma came to. It was the Jimmy Walker show. Then they knew it was like, oh, this is big, you know?
Oh, he's iconic.
He
you
made
know?
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And are your parents, like, when they found out you guys wanted to do comedy, they're pretty supportive of it, or?
My mom she's supportive, but it's weird because she's very religious. I don't know my dad, some Mexican dude in San Antonio, maybe Mexico. But he was, yeah, dude, my mom's always like, you know, this is a wicked industry. You know, you can just stop all that and come back home. I'm like, I'm not gonna come back home. Why? So I can sell insurance or some shit. You know. But yeah, she's like, she's all right. Like, it's like she's one of those moms that'll tell you like, hey, I just got this thing. She's like, okay, yeah, that's great, but you know, if you ever just want to stop and just get out of that business, I'm like, Mom, I just booked this. She's like, okay, but you know, you can work at Radio Shack. They don't even have Radio Shacks.
No, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
Maybe in your town they do.
There's probably one in Texas. It's like the last Blockbuster type of deal. They're still selling shit.
Yeah, I kind of wish they had movie rental places still. There's that. Have you seen that show on Netflix, Blockbuster? Is it called Blockbuster?
Yeah,
I saw a couple
yeah.
episodes, yeah.
I saw
Yeah.
one episode. Yeah,
Isn't that? I think it's based off a true story in a way. I think there's like one in like Alaska or some shit.
there's one left in Portland.
Oh, okay,
Right.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
What about your parents? Are they psyched that you guys do this stuff?
my parents are more like they are supportive, but I know like they kind of just think it's like a phase for me.
Yeah.
I can see it because they come to the shows and stuff, but then like they're still, you know, hey, so like what are you gonna do with your life? Like,
Yeah.
well, I'm working on it right now. This is what I'm doing. They're like, oh yeah, sure.
You
like
want me
you're gonna
to-
grow out of it?
Yeah, like they're like, yeah, okay. Because I mean, I have a pretty good job right
That's
now.
like Christian parents with like gay kids. They're like, oh, it's just a phase.
yeah,
Send him to a retreat.
yeah.
yeah. So I think they just they support it, but like I said, I don't know if they fully see it as like a career.
You want me to get Jimmy Walker to call?
Yeah,
That would be kind of cool. Or just have it saved in your phone. It's like, I got to take this. Whoa, what does that say, Jimmy
I'll put his
Walker?
picture from the show too, so they see that.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Whoa, look who's this?"
Yeah, oh, he's making it. Yeah.
They sell any T-shirts.
Yeah, right.
What about yours, Cody?
Man, she just recently was like, "Come on, are you really gonna make that?" And I'm like, "Hey, you know what?" So I started like the weekend before the pandemic happened, like my first open mic. So I've had 2 years to write. So this past year, I mean, we got like 30 mics in, and like it's been a good year.
That's great.
So this is really like my first year in comedy.
Hell yeah.
That being said, like I think I've had a good year, you know. And then my mom was just recently like, "Come on, are you really gonna come on?"
Yeah, I feel like whenever you're younger, you can get a lot of leeway. Because I started young, so I didn't get good till like probably 3 years in, 4 years, and still, it's like I was like good enough, but like, yeah, it was a very slow. That first couple of years is just like, yeah.
But I mean,
learning yourself.
you grind through it, you know, and like you learn things, and I think you got to put the time in, right?
Yeah.
So you got that.
Oh, I
in.
put so much fucking time. Yeah, I
Dude.
remember everything. We're talking about that, just how weird my life was, because I was raised Jehovah's Witness and just hardcore, like, just super religious to immediate this debaucherous lifestyle, and just like always just That's like what motivated me, is just getting things. I gotta get some. I gotta get this. I gotta get that. I've never had like that normal kind of life.
When we talk about his life, it's baffling, dude. Because like he went from so hyper structured, Jehovah's Witness, like knocking on doors, like can't do anything, to like hanging out with 55-year-old men who are like teaching them like different ways to say pussy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you drink alcohol now?
No, I don't. I quit. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I quit everything. I used to smoke a lot of weed. I still feel like a pothead. Sometimes I feel like more of a pothead now. But it's weird because I quit everything. And the whole, it's weird. I thought that it's like, weed's holding me back. And then you quit weed and it's like, I guess I'm fucking lazy. Yeah, I guess I must be just a lazy guy. Yeah. Thought I was going to write
Like, it was me the whole time.
Yeah, wow. Yeah.
Did if you don't mind me asking, did it get out of hand, or you? Just
Oh,
feel
yeah,
oh,
definitely. Okay. Yeah, man.
Because I'm still trying to figure out if I'm at that point, but I'm like in denial. I'm like, nah, I'm fine. Because like last night I went pretty hard, and today I was like, I feel good when I'm just lying to myself. I feel like shit.
Yeah, man.
I feel like eventually, I mean, it goes one of two ways. Eventually you lean super far into it and you fucking die.
Yeah.
Or you're like, oh, I'm almost 40. Like, I got to figure this out.
It's a progressive thing too, you know, like it because I didn't do anything when I first started, and about like maybe 6 or 7 years in, started drinking a little, then more. Then like certain events in life would happen that you just get you, and then you just start more and more. Then you cross that invisible line where it's just like, okay, I'm a fucking alcoholic now, man. I was getting fired from gigs, drunk on stage, just a lot of bad shit. So I had to rein it in big time, and it's the best thing I ever did.
Damn, really, that's cool. And that's cool because it kind of sucks, but like I feel like I'm like when I drink, I am a different person, but a person that I like. Mm-hmm. Like I'm maybe more outgoing, more talkative and stuff.
No,
but
yeah, that's
like,
how it used to be. Yeah,
but
I remember. Yeah.
Like,
no, I'm
sober. You
sober me is like, it's just different. I got to try more now. I got to try to. Things are still hard, you know, like just talking to people and stuff. But my shit's better on stage. I'm sharper. Kind of sharper. I'm not like
You're a lot sharper.
I'm a lot sharper. Yeah,
A lot sharper.
Yeah, he's seen
and
both
a lot
versions.
more, a lot more polished too, is what it is. Like there's less like filler, less talkative filler. Like your punchlines are just rapid.
It's like
fire
I
now.
care more, kind of. You know, like before it's like, we'll see what happens. I'm gonna be drunk, Dusty. I say, you know, and you like that'll get you so far.
That's what I would do too. Like I'd get really nervous before like a set.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, oh, you know, I'm gonna have like 2 drinks just to kind of calm the nerves. But then I'd be a little too buzzed, a little too relaxed that I kind of forget stuff. I just kind of be like, whatever. But
it's like you don't care because it's like you're drinking. You're just kind of like,
Yeah, you're like, oh, I'm just gonna get drunk and see what happens. And that's usually what it is. It's like I don't really go off anything that I practice. It's just like I'm drunk now. Let's just see what my thoughts are all about.
Yep.
But then I go and there's been times where I'm just gonna like, you know, I'm just gonna go up sober and then drink after. And I'm like more aware of everything. I like slow down, and that's another thing too. Is like when I'm like buzzed, I start talking faster.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh shit, I don't know. I don't know. It fucks with me, and I lie to myself. I'm like, this is helping me.
The nerves are hard, man. Like I'll get in my head a lot, especially getting to work the rooms that I get to work with these guys. Yeah. Like I'll get in my head a lot, and they're really good about grounding me, being like, hey, like this doesn't matter. You know what I mean? And they're you know, I also get reminded from, you know, other comics, like, they'll be like, hey, man, like, you don't have the pressure. These guys have the pressure. Mm-hmm. This is the headliner. It's all on him. Like, they're not there to see me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'll get in my head and be like, oh, I got to be great because I'm on this lineup with these great guys. And it's like, yeah, I want to deliver and stuff like that. But, like, at the same time, like, I don't have pressure. What I get to do is I get to hone my craft. And I get to, you know, bounce ideas off of some of the best in the business to do it. So it's like it's super fortunate. So I'll get out of my head real quick and be like, oh, that's right. Like this doesn't matter. They're not here to see me. They're here to see these guys. All I got to do is just be a great supporting act, and that's it.
Yeah, and what helps is if it's like, for me anyway, it's like, okay, it's not about me. It's not about me. It's about them, the audience. They're here to have a good time. Let me just make them have a good time. It's not the Dustin show. Yeah. You know? Mm-hmm. It is the Dustin show. But it's like, it's not the Dustin show. It's like these people worked and they're going to a comedy show, you know? Just do a good thing for them. Make them laugh, you know?
Yeah. No, yeah, that's definitely true. when we did our first show out at the Kress in Yuma, when we had George Perez come out, I was so nervous. Like it was like, it sounds bad, but I kind of was like, I hope I get in a car crash so I don't have to show up. Like I was like really nervous.
I would do shit like that, too. Dude. I would do that at school, man. I'm like, man, I hope a tornado happens so I don't have to. Yeah, it's so selfish. Like, oh man,
I hope the bus.
Oh man, I wish. It's just like some messed up shit. Maybe a 9/11 too, and then I don't have to do the show. You know.
No, but yeah. So I get super nervous, but that is true. Once you go on stage, you realize like. By that point, they already forgot about you. They're waiting to see the headliner.
Yeah.
They're whoever's next. Like by the end of the night, they're not gonna be like, the show was great, but that first guy, he kind of sucked. No, but they're just gonna be like, that was a great show, because the last thing they saw was a great performance.
Yeah.
So yeah, once you think about that, then
it's surreal, like the post-show stuff too. Like when we're in the back, like selling merch or whatever, and everybody's taking pictures, and they're like, "Hey, I want you to sign this thing." I'm like, "This isn't even my merch."
It's
really weird. I'm like, oh, "Okay,
you're like
sure."
the Gaston from Disneyland.
Yeah.
Are you sure? I'm just some fucking guy.
some guy.
Yeah. I don't know. Okay.
Yeah. It's weird, dude.
Sign my boobs. Okay, sir. I do a lot of Texas rooms.
Are you guys are you able to work on new material? Like you don't do open mics anymore, right? Like
No.
You're way past that. So
I'll do a good open mic if it's like if there's a crowd there, but I just haven't. Yeah, I don't like hit the fucking bricks out here and shit.
We have our like workout room that we have every Monday. We got a residency at this place called The End. It's in Torrance. So if we want to work new stuff out, it's like a safe haven for us there. The owner's really cool, and he's like, bring anybody in that you want, say whatever you want, just experiment. So like that's cool. So our Mondays like is where we get to like throw stuff at the wall and see what happens and find bits. But 90% of the time, dude, new bits come from us just bullshitting in the car, like just driving, and then we'll try it out on like a real show, like that night on the way to the show. If an idea pops up, we'll be like, "Oh, try that," and like we'll just be making each other laugh, and that's where 90% of my new set has come from. It's just us bouncing ideas.
Like I love doing that. I love riffing with friends. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Fuck. I had a question. What was I gonna say? Fuck. I'm sorry.
Something about checking into rehab.
No, I know. It's about that time. When you go up on stage, do you still bring up a notebook or your phone or something?
I
try not to.
I need my notes. So I'm conditioned from. I was a touring musician for most of my life. So to burrito back to like the dad thing or like parents if they get on me, they're happy that I'm not killing myself doing that shit as much anymore. Like I still do music and stuff like that. I don't play live anymore. I make records though with like. What's cool? It was kind of like him, like. He was in comedy since he was 17. I've been in music since I was 17. So I get to work with really cool people. And a lot of them are like my idols and stuff like that. So I'll still make records, but I won't play them live. But I'll work with like dudes that I looked up to my whole life. So my dad's just psyched that I'm not really focusing on that anymore. Because that was so many years of like sleeping in the van, like, washing myself in fucking gas station bathrooms and stuff on the road. Yeah. So he's just psyched that I'm not doing that. And like, what was the question? I fucking forgot.
I just asked when you write your jokes, do you use like a book or your
phone?
Yeah.
So when it comes to notes and stuff like that, like I'm conditioned to having a set list on stage.
Oh, okay.
I'll have keywords. Yeah. And if you ever catch me prior to a show, you'll see me go up like while the crowd's coming in, and I'll tape my set to like the monitor because my memories. I had a lot of drug use, a lot of fucking bullshit when I was in my teens and my early 20s, where this just isn't here anymore. So I need like little key words to set up my next bit. Like I need that there.
Yeah, same. I used to not need it, but since I quit doing everything, I noticed like I'll just forget shit sometimes. But that's why I feel like segues are important. You know, I try to keep it all like in a flow because it helps you. Like, oh, the religion stuff. Now I can talk about this. Now I can talk about Chick-fil-A. And I can talk about fast food. Then from fast food, I can talk about being lazy. Being lazy, I'll talk about doing dishes. You know, it's like that's why I think it's harder for dudes, the one-liner comics, because it's just like there's no segues. So you got to kind of like, you got to know your bits pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, could you imagine that being a one-liner comic and having a set list?
Oh man!
On
like,
stage, you probably got like 5 different pages of just an hour's worth of one-liner.
I like momentum too. It helps the momentum. You know, shit flows together.
Yeah, I always had the problem that when I would write out everything as if I was gonna perform it exactly. So I would do like word for word, and then I would try to write that on a notebook, and like one bit would take up like almost a whole page.
Mm-hmm.
So then I had to start breaking it down to like keywords. But then I just kept, but the same thing, like I have like a fucked up memory. So then I'd be like, why did I put that word there? Like, what was I trying to say? And then and I'm on stage too. So then when it's happening, like right then and there, I start freaking out, like, and I just see like the next line where it's a whole different joke. And I totally just end it because I'm like, I don't know where this is going. I'm just going to continue.
Yeah, I just got one word for every bit. Like all my bits have names. You know what I mean? Or it'll be like
a title to a song.
like a title to a song.
Okay.
So whether it's a 2-minute bit or a 3-minute bit, that's the thing. I'll remember my tags and stuff like that along the way, but I need that keyword to know what's coming next. Mm-hmm. And it's also, like Dustin said, like good for transitions and segues, so that like, you want to stay on topic, and have like a rhythm. So like I'll have, like if I have dating material, like I'll have keywords for every dating joke, but it'll all be one big chunk of just dating. You know what I mean?
I
All
love chunks.
and it'll transition. Yeah. So like right now, like the newest stuff that I've been working on since pandemic opened up and got back to work with this guy, like I probably got like 10 minutes now of just one topic of like just dating or whatever.
Oh shit! Okay.
So, and it all flows in and transitions and like calls back and sets up the next thing. So
Good.
That's been cool.
I guess like what's more rough, the up and coming musician or the up and coming comic?
Well, I got lucky, man. I got super lucky. Like Dustin said, like I've had a lot of help, especially in stand-up. Like a lot of help. Like, dude, I started stand-up. The first time I ever did it was on Kill Tony.
Dude.
Oh shit!
Ever.
Yeah.
Oh.
First time I ever did stand-up was on Kill Tony. I bombed like a motherfucker, 8 dicks. And then, but like I was hanging out at the store and became friends with like Tony Hinchcliffe and like all those guys. So I was just at the store like 4 nights a week just hanging out and like just making friends and stuff. And then eventually just, I got a lot of help. A lot of people just helping me. So.
What was Kill Tony like?
Oh,
I love
God.
that fucking show.
It's fucking nerve-wracking.
I get so
like,
nervous for everyone.
a minute bit. I mean, it also just depends too, because their crowd is so like niche and hardcore and mean. Like even if I was to go on now, like the stuff that I have is like, it's not that audience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's silly, it's goofy, it's fun. Like I wouldn't know how to cater to their audience because it's kind of they're filthy. You know what I mean? Like they're mean.
Yeah.
Like, and if you don't go up there and say some intelligently mean shit, like they're gonna be like, get the fuck out of here, like
Yeah.
even a polished bit that crushes on the road, if you bring it up there, they're just gonna be like, meh, like whatever. Oh, this guy's doing stand-up, he's not breaking balls or whatever, so but yeah, Kill Tony's fucking
That's gotta be crazy though. Your first time ever, and it's on Kill Tony.
oh yeah, in front of like 250 people, dude.
At the Comedy Store.
Oh God, just soul crushing. But
Yeah.
like that was the first time so my band had been on hiatus for like 5 years, man. And then that was the first time I had been on stage in I don't even know how long. And I went up and I just tanked, but like it was still like a high. You know what I mean? And like it was them telling me that I should go up and do it, like
Oh, okay.
So I was like, okay, cool, but it was nerve-wracking, but it was like the first time I'd felt that like rush in a long time. So I was like, I want to keep doing that. So then I would just hit open mics like crazy here in Hollywood and around the area, like 4 a day, until it just snowballed. And, you get better the more that you get stage time. You just do.
And are you using that same material on, each open mic? You said 4 a day. So each one of those 4? The
At
same
that
stuff?
time, like early on, yeah. I mean, you
Okay.
only got so much. Like I had like 2 jokes.
Right.
I would go
So
up
you're
and I
just
wouldn't
constant.
even fill the time. You know, what I mean? It's like I was gonna say this stuff over and over and over again. You know,
You gotta tell how good someone is too, but like if they're new and they're like, "How much time do you got?" Like, "Oh, I probably got like an hour." It's like, no, you don't.
Oh, yeah.
You got like 5. You got maybe like 3-5 minutes.
Yeah.
Good shit.
it was like 2 minutes, dude, of just repetition, repetition, repetition. I don't do any of the olds, like anything from back then, though. You know,
Oh,
everything's brand new. Like when you see us on the Yuma show, let's
Yuma
plug
show.
the Yuma
Yeah,
show.
Yuma.
When's
At
the date?
Kress. It's Friday the 2nd.
Friday,
December
December
2nd.
2nd, Yuma, Arizona, at the Kress. It's it's all brand new stuff. It's all stuff that's been like written and polished over the last year.
It's
So,
gonna be good.
it's gonna be fun, dude. It's gonna be a really good show.
I might
looking
dress
forward
as Doc Holliday. You know, I have a 6-shooter.
But Dustin's new
No,
stuff.
I remember I couldn't have guns as a kid because the whole Jehovah's Witness thing, you know. I would have like a banana in my holster. Remember everything? I would just look at things that looked like guns, like, oh, this stick, this could kind of be a rifle. You know?
Just snacks. Just everything's a snack.
Yeah. I could have lightsabers, which is weird. Yeah, you can. Yeah, I feel like that's worse.
Yeah.
Lightsaber, because you can chop a motherfucker's head off. A gun, just bam. Lightsaber's more personal, you know.
I never seen Star Wars either. Is that bad?
Oh my God, who are you?
I couldn't get into it.
Did you just grow up without a TV?
No.
Were you just chasing lizards and collecting rocks, or
No,
what?
I don't know. I just Star Wars never caught my attention. I like sci-fi stuff.
Oh,
Like that.
dude, the movie Tombstone, if they had lightsabers, that'd be fucking cool. That would have changed the OK Corral, you know?
Cowboys
That
vs.
would've been
Aliens.
fun. Oh,
It'd
that's
be
a good movie. I like
Tomb
that movie.
Infinity Stone or something.
Do you have any more questions? Man?
So I guess like I don't want to eat up all your time, but I'm like dying to know. So from Texas, were you exposed to any of the Bill Hicks and Sam Kinison stuff back in those days?
Yeah, man. I lived with Carl LeBove, man, who was a outlaw of comedy, and I would see Dan Merriman all the time.
Fill him in on who Carl LeBove
Carl
is.
LeBove, he worked with Sam Kinison. He was his opener, but he was so strong that a lot of the times he would just go after Sam. Carl was awesome, bro. I loved Carl so much. He passed away. He had a tough life, bro. He had a tough life. You know, just a lot of things happened. You know, he couldn't work because he got basically the kid this kid wasn't his kid, but he got stuck with child support for it. So he was always having to get paid under the table. He had a tragic story, but he was the most positive person you would ever meet. I love Carl, man. I miss him a lot. Everyone loved Carl. You know, he's a great guy.
Oh. I was just wondering about those Texas comedy roots, and any of that. So that's cool. Yeah, thank
just
you-
living. Yeah,
thank
he
you for
helped
sharing
me a
that.
lot. Especially with acting, dude. Carl was like my acting coach, pretty much. He helped me so much, dude, with that. He was just one of those just great guys, great performer. He was a performer, bro. Like straight up, just he would go balls to the wall on stage. Doesn't matter how many people were there, he would commit to the fucking bit, bro. Me, I'm kind of like if something's tanking, I'll still get scared and stuff and like back out. But Carl was awesome, man.
That's cool.
Yeah, I love those dudes. Are the Texas Outlaws, you know.
You guys got to see Dustin's new set too, man. His new stuff's
Thank
real, like so real, but so fucking funny, man. You want to touch on that at all?
Yeah, I don't know. What, the whole I went to rehab. That's what he was saying. Yeah. Oh.
I'm so proud of this guy, man. When I met him, dude, the wheels were just kind of falling off, and like this guy's so dialed in
yeah,
and
my
just
life was
focused and
fucking falling
really
apart.
just on point now, man. And I just want to say that, dude. Like,
Thanks,
I'm so
man.
fucking proud
Oh,
of this guy.
congratulations.
It's like-
I've heard that shit's hard.
It was yeah, man. I kind of hit a point where I was gonna lose everything, and I didn't care about dying. You know, I was doing a lot of blow. I was like, there could have been fentanyl in there. I had a bunch of friends die from it, but I didn't care. I was okay with dying. But then when I was like, you're gonna lose your career, then it was like, okay, that just shows you how fucked up my priorities were. You know. And now things are shifting. It's cool. I'm just happy. I'm
Can I tell
grateful.
the story
About what?
about the
The ghost bump? Did
no?
What? Oh yeah, I had a seizure, man.
Oh,
Yeah. I had a
The way he's
seizure.
doing, he's like when you're
Yeah, I had a shake. Yeah, dude.
like when you looked all dumb shaking on the floor.
I had a seizure.
Oh, fuck.
And there's a bunch of people around, and I was in this kind of recovery thing at the moment, and because I was trying, I wanted to quit, but I just couldn't. And I had a seizure, and then there's my buddy was just holding my head. He was like, "It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay, Dustin." And some lady was like freaking out. Oh my gosh. And then she's like, "My son's name is Dustin." And I'm just like, way to make it about you, lady. You know, like I'm like dying, and you're like, it's like the people on 9/11 that were like, I work in an office building. Like, okay, we get it. You're a part of this now. You know, you just is affected.
But the weirdest, like most divine part about that is like 2 hours prior to that, like I sat him down and I was like, dude, I'm afraid you're gonna die. And 2 hours later, he had the seizure, man. And it just changed everything.
I'm pretty sure I was gonna die. Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty wild.
But I'm not now. Happy ending.
Hey!
Yeah, happy
Comedy.
ending.
We got a great show coming up.
So Yuma, come out. It felt like we took a depressing turn just now.
Friday,
Yeah.
December 2nd at the Kress.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's cool, man. It's
Caesar
just-
was all right. I was a little shook up, but hey.
Thought I was going to die, but I'm actually coming to Yuma, Arizona, December 2nd.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like death.
One last question.
Yeah.
Do you prefer acting or comedy?
I love them both, man. I love
had to
them
pick
both.
one.
If I had to pick one, well, you make more money acting, and people treat you better. You get free food, and yeah.
free food.
I mean, if I had to pick one, I would probably do acting. Like, and I know that's like not. It'd be cooler to say stand-up comedy, but dude, acting, you get fucking insurance, bro. Come on, it's, like, it's a smart way to go. You get health insurance, you get a union. You know.
Yeah.
It's comedy. It's like it's great.
yeah,
but
acting
it's like,
paid for the seizure.
and yeah, exactly. I've seen this life destroy comics too. Comedy, you know, I've seen it fucking destroy. It almost destroyed me, man. It's not, you know, like these comics now that were these road dudes. When I started, they work at like fucking Sears and shit, you know, or they want to get hey, you know, comedy was great. Now I make these little bird houses, you know, and sell those. It's going good, you know. So it's like, I feel like in acting there can be more stability, but they're both very unstable things, you know. Yeah.
They both seem, not good for you.
It's like, yeah, but it's like, hey, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna sell insurance or some shit. You know? I always go back to that because that's what my mom wanted me to do. It's like sell
It is very
insurance.
stable.
It is stable,
They're
right?
both like terrible for the ego too.
They
They're
are
so
terrible for the
polarizing.
ego. Yes, like 1 minute you feel, I'm fucking awesome. The next minute you're delivering groceries for Instacart. You know. Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, fucking, I just want to say thank you guys again for coming out.
Thanks for having
Yeah,
me.
man. Thanks for having
Dustin
us.
Ybarra,
Dude.
Nick Romero. Thank you guys. Can't wait to see Friday, December 2nd. At the Kress in Yuma.
The Kress.
Who's on the
Yuma.
show?
So, and part of that, it's going to be us. Emil, Jordan, myself.
Nice.
And
Oh, this is gonna be fun then, dude.
Yeah, this will be fun.
so the idea is, like, I would rather split, 15 with these guys than, like, me try to, fill the whole time or me hog up the whole time. Like, it's about us all coming up together, you know what I mean?
Dude.
So
Yeah.
Do
when
as much time as you guys want, man. Because
Well,
then
hang
we
on
got
a second. I like Mr. fucking headliner over here. You know? Yeah,
Shit.
do as much.
You're right. I'll shut the fuck up.
Nah, maybe got like 2
Do it
3
out of
minutes.
it.
So,
Like I got my 2 minutes that I
solid 2.
at every open mic in Yuma.
So yeah, I mean, as we try stuff at open mics and we develop this, like there should be those that have that chance and do it. Like do a show. Like you made people laugh at an open mic. You have your stuff together. Do some time at a real show. Like that's what we get out of it. So that's the whole goal. And then, like I said, you guys doing this podcast, this is part of the plan. Is let's intertwine this into the comedy scene in Yuma and let people know about this stuff and follow it.
Yeah, dude, this is cool. We just get to hang with our buddies and talk shit. You know what I mean? And then we
Yeah.
get to go talk shit on stage all together. It's gonna be fun.
I'm not gonna lie. Like when you guys are coming, I was like super nervous. But you guys are fucking cool, man. Like I feel like
thanks,
we've hung
man.
out before.
Yeah,
I was telling. I was like, I'm super nervous right now. I don't know why.
Oh, nah, man.
But you guys are awesome, man. I'm really looking forward to you guys coming down to Yuma. The weather will be nice, so we'll have nice
Nice.
weather, and then it'll be a fun time.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, we'll get you some ice waters and stuff. Whatever.
Yeah.
You lame sober fuck.
Jack and Cold the Jack.
I'm just kidding. Do you guys have any dates to put out or anything? Any other than
Actually,
Yuma?
yeah, a couple.
Bakersfield, December 9th. And
At the Well Comedy Club. Yeah.
And we're then just like shows with Pablo and stuff.
Oh yeah, we
shows
got
with
some Pablo shows coming up. I don't know the dates on those. Yeah, those are through.
Well, if you
him.
guys have it, I'll put it up here. I'll Photoshop or the fuck I movie it into.
Oh, cool. Yeah, but other than that, man, every Monday night, we got our regular show in Torrance at the end. Shout out to Harry from the end, man. Is a solid dude, letting us do our thing there and develop further for the road, man. So,
Any social medias? You guys have Instagram?
just Dustin Ybarra. Dustin Ybarra.
Nice.
I learned how to pronounce it. Yeah.
You had to. And you?
yeah, Nick R comedian on Instagram. And that's
Okay.
it.
You guys don't do any podcasts or anything? And you got any shows?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Something
I
in
always have
development.
some bullshit that I'm trying to develop.
A lot of irons in the fire.
Yeah, too many irons in that fire.
Hell yeah. All right, man. Well, thank you guys again for coming out. That's it. We're done.
Cool.
Thank you.
I got pissed.
Oh man. Dude, I knew it.
Yeah, right underneath this thing. That's a cool light though. Sturdy. Didn't even move.